It's the EST Rink Report. Tom Gazzola with Brett Kulak, Oilers defenseman, as we get set for the third round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. And Brett, I mean, let's take a look at the second round because that was wild. It was fun. I'm sure it was like that for you guys as a team. But how do you look at it after having a day or two to decompress and evaluate the way things went down against Vancouver?
Yeah, I think it was exactly what me personally was hoping for going into it. I was excited. You reflect back on the Calgary series we had a couple years ago, and anytime you get the in Canada rivalry series, those ones you look forward to. So I was excited for it. I knew it was going to be a good series, and the fact that it turned out the way it did, it was awesome. Great experience for the team and good momentum. I think we found our game as well.
That Game 7, how would you describe the progression through it? Because it looked great. I know the one little flub, it leads to a goal, and then they get some momentum and they're hungry. But the way you guys handled a highly stressful game, how would you say you guys went about that?
Yeah, like you say, towards the end there, it got intense with a couple mistakes, but it was important how we wanted to prepare for the game, and we came and we had a very strong start, and we felt like we controlled the game throughout. So that was huge for us. Things are going to happen, and the way it ended up is a great experience for us too. It's an opportunity to see those quick change of emotions and momentum. It's real. It's no joke, and so I think that was actually really beneficial for us.
Brett, you mentioned the Calgary series, which was crazy in itself. You being a good Alberta boy and us recognizing the Battle of Alberta first time in 30 years. This Vancouver series was something else. But what did it teach you guys about your team? Because you guys are a different team than 2022, the last time you went to the conference final.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a much different team, and I can only speak on my behalf, but just that was my first time around the group, and we had an outstanding team then, and we did some good things then, and then we kind of ran in the conference final, and we almost ran out of answers, but it feels a lot different this year. I think up and down our lineup, everyone's strong, and everyone's at a different point of their careers and able to bring more to the table. So we're looking forward to getting the third round started, and yeah, it'll be a good challenge for us, but we're excited.
Yeah, decent team over there in Dallas, but this is not the Dallas Stars of 25 years ago, 30 years ago. I'm sure you're old enough to remember those series a little bit. I don't know how much you remember of '97. It was wild, but after that, the Stars had a good team. Obviously, disparity in the salary cap back then, or no salary cap in the salaries that the teams did have. But what do you remember about those Stars series as a good kid from the Stony Plain area?
Yeah, I remember them being battles, and I think Stars made fans out of a lot of my friends too, because how good those teams were. You start going over to friends' houses and there's Dallas Stars banners on their walls in the bedrooms. It was like, okay, so they were an impactful team for sure, and they've definitely established something over there. They're doing something right, and it's a good team. And you know what? I think we've done the same thing here. So. I like our chances going in the series.
I think a lot of people do too. What do you like about your team? What kind of challenges do the Stars throw at you guys, and how do you kind of assess things as what you guys need to do in this series to be successful?
Yeah, I think it's we identify our strength, and that's our offense. Like we got guys who, like Connor and Leon, those guys put up numbers, and Bush too. He's been amazing these playoffs and all season, and they have a special talent that not other teams have. So that's certainly a strength of ours, and that's always something we're going to lean on. And our defensive game has been solid, so that's something you want to maintain throughout the whole playoffs. Everyone knows if you want any chance of winning, you gotta be able to defend well.
Really quickly, defensively and adapting on the fly in that series, switching from Desharnais to CC, how tough was that for you, or maybe not at all? How has that been kind of with the in-series tweak, and how do you see your defensive pairings and partners going forward here?
Yeah, it was actually a really easy transition, just because I've had quite a bit of experience playing with both guys. More recently, obviously played a lot with Vinny all season and even last season, but we did mix it up throughout the year too, and I would go in stretches and playing with CC too. So that's nice. We were prepared for that if that needed to happen, and it did. And you got to adapt in the playoffs and make changes to get a little spark in the lineup or whatever. And yeah, so I thought the transition was good.
We saw a nice chunk of Alberta beef hit the ice in Game 6, I think it was. Texas beef or Alberta beef?
Alberta for sure.
Brett, thanks for the time. Good luck in the series.
All right, thanks, Tom.